very big issue, and it is one that we have to deal with as though it is an emergency. After cancer and heart disease, this is now the #1 killer in the United States of America. So we have to build an army to fight it. We have to have a plan. We have to ensure that children look to the history books to see that there ever was such an epidemic.
Thank you, and it's an honor to be here. I'm humbled by the amount of people that showed up here today. I will say this, over the last 4 years, I've dedicated my life to traveling the country, sharing my story in hopes of preventing our kids from going down that path. But I am also here because I am a recipient, a grateful one, of Narcan. And I want to thank every EMT in this building and every firefighter who administered it, because I was found on the side of the road by myself, crashed into a fence when Narcan was administered to me, and I was brought back to life. And not only did I benefit that, but my children have benefited from that greatly. But 5 minutes after being administered Narcan, I was brought to Charlton Memorial Hospital in Fall River, Massachusetts, and was being ready to be released 20 minutes later. What needs to be in place are beds for addicts to land on after Narcan has been administered. If you look at the cities that have been most affected in this area from heroin abuse, Fall River, New Bedford, Taunton, the amount of acute beds that demand for the addict have not been increased. So the people are left on the streets untreated, and they will continue to administer Narcan. I recently spent 20 minutes in a suburban principal's office with a 14-year-old girl and a 15-year-old girl heroin addict outside of Boston. No city is safe from this. 14 and 15-year-old children. They say in the United States, 30 million people suffer from this illness, and 90% start off as teenagers. So we should get behind to doing more for our children to prevent them from being recipients of Narcan one day.
So we're dealing not only with the problem of prescription drugs, opiates, which are the synthetic painkillers, but also, of course, an influx and an increase of heroin. And in my travels throughout the country in the 5 years that I've served as President Obama's advisor, I just hate that term czar, so I'll just pass it. But as I've served as his advisor on this is a problem that has affected every race, economic area, rural, suburban, urban, etc. But it's also something we can do something about.